Welcome back to the Unintangibles. Yesterday's video, we were talking about Justin Jackson, LeGarrette Blount, and we were hinting at the end that this guy, Phillip Lindsay, has obviously surprised people all year. I don't think he's ever going to get a ton of respect, no matter what, but he's got to be taken very seriously in fantasy circles now. He is a potential league winner. Mo, before I throw it to you, you know I'm a schedules guy, so he has a dreamy schedule rest of the year. He's got the 49ers. Who else does he have? I know he's got the Browns, and he's got the Oakland Raiders. So those are three very nice matchups. Denver is still in the thick of it. They have lots to play for. So Lindsay's going to be on the field a lot in games that the Broncos care about winning. So, Mo, tell us, I guess, what your thoughts are on Lindsay and how high you would actually rank him. We would start even with this week as a Week 14 against the 49ers. So what are your thoughts here, Mo?
I mean, Phillip Lindsay, yeah, I haven't given him credit all year, but he has been great. Like he's been what Devontae Freeman was the year that he really exploded and came onto the scene, you know? And like Lindsay's legit. And you're right. Denver, they have someone to play for. They are in the thick of it. And I think when they can win, they can have good days on offense, but even when they do, they're not gonna have a big passing day without a big day from their running backs. They can win with just their running backs having big days, and if they lose, I mean, everybody can get bottled up or whatever. But like their offense, their running game, their running backs are pretty good, and by that I mean Phillip Lindsay. Like if as much as the offense runs through him, he seems up for it. He is the best part of their offense. He's the most confident Bronco I would start. He's great. I think he's like, I don't know how many low end wide receiver, low end one.
Yeah, low to mid. Well, I guess he's not a mid one technically because there's like 7 great running backs. Some of them maybe back. Fournette will be back next week. So let me give you what. Let me give you.
I mean, okay, that's a good question. Would you rather have Phillip Lindsay or Leonard Fournette the rest of the season?
I guess I'd rather have Phil Lindsay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. The reason why you take Leonard Fournette is because of the reputation and to look at the two of them and think about who's going to be a really good running back for the next 4 weeks or whatever. But like that would also involve everything about this season to just suddenly reverse. I mean, like I don't know. You want to talk about getting cute? Like I feel like. If you have Phillip Lindsay, if you have the choice between Phillip Lindsay and Leonard Fournette, that would be crazy. By the way, you have a really good team. But yeah, I think I'll go with Lindsay, man. He's great.
Yeah, I mean, look, without looking too far ahead, I just feel that the Broncos will be leading these games, playing with leads in these next 3 weeks, and that means they're going to be running the ball, and they're a running team to begin with. So kudos to the Broncos for it looks like they've had a good O-line this year. They've really made Freeman look good at times. They've made Phillip Lindsay look good. Case Keenum has not been a disaster. He's had a Keenum light situation from last. Hasn't been, putting up the stats. But Cortland Sutton looked really good on a few plays yesterday. The Broncos will be that team that ends hot because they beat a bunch of crappy teams and they'll go out in the first round. But I still think that John Elway and the organization would call it a successful season in Denver, probably. And so, what do you think here? I'll give you one more name because this is good. This is a guy who was in the same ballpark: Phillip Lindsay or Aaron Jones, who plays at home against the Falcons next week. Who would you ride there? Because that's a tough one.
Okay, well, yeah, we also need to talk about Mike McCarthy here, don't we?
It's a good way to bring into the. We can talk about the Packers, but who would you start right now? Would you start Phillip Lindsay, or would you start Aaron Jones?
That's all I mean. I don't like. Yeah, the Packers needed to fire Mike McCarthy probably weeks ago. But anyway, the problem is that it might be too late for Green Bay to be playing for anything. But they also might just like ding dong the witch is dead, and they might just like have a lot of fun for the next month. Who knows? Aaron Jones is pretty good too. Same thing. You know what, man? You can imagine Green Bay playing better the rest of the season, but to go with Jones over Lindsay is to like just forget that Lindsay's been great from start to finish all year, and as good as he's ever been right now. You know, I'd have to go with Lindsay over Jones, but that's a very good one.
That's the way I look at it, and it's funny because the Falcons and Packers are going to be playing next week in Green Bay, and those are just two teams that don't have a lot to play for anymore. That could be a dangerous game in the sense that it could be a shootout, high-scoring affair because no one gives a crap anymore, or that could just be a really poorly played, low-scoring game. It could go either way, honestly.
You know, those they're. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's okay. Let me say this. I understand that teams fall out of contention and teams jockey for draft position and stuff like that, but like these guys are all professionals. You know what I mean? I feel like you practice all week to play football. You just want to go out and play football. I think they play hard, even if they don't have anything to play for. And I think that Green Bay, Atlanta, like, you know, it's funny. Green Bay and Atlanta, I don't think those are teams that you think of as having much history, but they kind of do. I mean, I can remember a recent memory. First of all, Atlanta beat Green Bay on their way to the Super Bowl. They trounced Green Bay, actually, on their way to the Super Bowl before losing to the Patriots, which is why nobody remembered it. But then also, when the Falcons had Michael Vick and the Falcons beat the Packers in the playoffs in Green Bay. And I think, and I don't even know if I think that was Favre though. That wasn't Rodgers, but like Rodgers. What's that?
I feel like they have their number a little bit, the Falcons.
Well, I think though that the Packers organization are going to come in they have something to play for, even if they're not going to make the playoffs this year. And I think the Falcons have something to play for, knowing that the Packers want to come in and play with. They're like, yeah, we want to beat Aaron Rodgers. We want to beat the Packers, and they want to beat us. Like that's football, man. Like, and I think that could be a really good game because I don't think either of those teams are very good, but they both capable of scoring a lot of points. The Falcons is a rumor, but I still think they can.
And in your own opinion, I mean, look, I'm not sure if Rodgers hated McCarthy at the end here. They did win a Super Bowl together. You know, the media is giving the Packers organization some flack for firing McCarthy mid-season. They deserve a little more respect. You know, I'm not going to compare it to when Eli was benched.
If a guy's doing his job poorly enough to get fired, then I don't know. You got to fire him, right? Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be harsh. Like, you're right. He does deserve respect. But, like, there's nothing disrespectful about firing somebody if they're not doing the job that you want them to do. That's not disrespectful. It happens. Everybody's going to get fired at some point. You know what I mean? And everybody quits at some point. Like, that's just work, right? Like,
I just have a feeling that if Rodgers and McCarthy were maybe closer, and I feel like there might actually be a legitimate rift there because the Packers are saying that we don't even want you around for the last 4 games. So I mean, who knows if it's
also the idea of there's also the idea of getting a jump on head coaching searches. But there's also like, sure, man. Like, look, if ultimately what this came down to is the Packers chose Rodgers over McCarthy, well, like, duh, right? And like, yeah, okay, well, we want to have a fun last month of the season, so we feel good about next year. So yeah, like, let's get rid of him. Like, this sucks. Why would you endure a season of McCarthy? It'd be terrible. It's the same thing like with the Giants last year. Forget the Eli Manning thing. Why did they wait till the end of the season to fire McAdoo? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or they didn't, I guess, even. They just waited a little too long. Like, just get rid of it, because then, like, just like the fresh start, that's what you have to play for, right?
Josh McDaniels could be a good guy to bring into the Packers organization. He obviously works with good quarterbacks, so that could be a thought.
Yeah, that could be. I hadn't thought about that at all, but that's true. Well, I mean, that's looking way ahead, right? But you know, well, that'd be hard, because that would mean McDaniel's leaving his current job for it to happen now, right? Or the Packers would have to wait until after.
Wait to the end of the season. Yeah. This is.
But I'm saying the whole idea though is, like, they say that they get an advantage now for, like, whoever might be available now.
Right.
Like, I don't know who that could be. It could be another TV personality for all I know. But Tony Romo's going to be the coach of the Packers.
Let's hope not.
Yeah.